Hello, beautiful people of the world. Today I'm going to be talking about sun sign, Cancer. And this is my sun sign, and it's how I'm going to start the series. And we'll hopefully have all of them out over the next few months as they come to me. So, Cancer sun is not one of the easiest sun signs to have. It can seem very oppositional because the energy of Cancer is very private and very inward and very personal and receptive. And a lot of these feminine qualities, so they have been labeled. And the sun is very projective. It is constant and it's always going outwards and moving forward and taking action and taking initiative. There are some areas where they definitely do coincide very beautifully. One of those being is that Cancer is a cardinal sign, which means that it has the potential for leadership. And this works really well when positioned with the sun. People that have Cancer suns know how to lead a group of people. They know how to take charge and be able to communicate things in terms of emotional leadership. Now, not all Cancer suns will have mastered this, but if you have this placement and you have an emotion and you walk into a room, you do have the ability to let that emotion be the alpha or the dominant feeling that is going to be felt by all other individuals. Now, this is a power and a responsibility and a blessing, and it is your job and your challenge to try and embody the most positive expression and true alignment with yourself as you can in all moments, because you're going to be really affecting people on an emotional level with your personality. And you have the ability to really take charge in a motivational sense. If you're happy, you can be like, all right, guys, come on, we're in a really good mood. Let's go do this stuff. And you can really affect people on an emotional level. You're one that can give an argument or a speech and change everybody's minds. Cancer suns can really hit you to the core when it comes to certain issues or topics, and you can really change the world by trying to embody yourself positively and emotionally. The challenge here is that Cancer is so private and inward, and the sun is so outwardly focused, that Cancer suns end up kind of teeter-tottering between wanting to be very outgoing because they have these take charge kind of qualities, while also wanting to hide parts of themselves. And what this ends up manifesting in oftentimes is that Cancer suns will have self-esteem struggles. They will have issues fully understanding themselves, fully expressing themselves, fear of being seen by others, social anxiety, being very overwhelmed. And this is something that will improve over time. You're going to have to learn how to balance getting out there and expressing yourself with being alone. Whether or not you are extroverted or introverted, the thing is with Cancer sun is that anytime you express your personality, which can also be anytime you have a social interaction, you're processing your emotions through your personality. It's almost like the fuel, and you've got to be careful, of this fuel, because it will completely affect how you're coming off to people and how they want to interact with you, etc. But if you're very, very social, Cancer sun, you're going to find that you will need a time to let out the negativity alone, because you process your emotions through your personality and you identify with your emotional state. So of course, everyone has bad moods, and some are better than others at hiding it, and you're very much not. And in terms of that leadership stuff, if you are in a really negative space you either need to surround yourself with people that really care about you and aren't going to be affected and all of this stuff, or just take some time to be alone and process all of this through your body. Because Cancer Sun, you can have so many different personalities. You know, it's a water sign. It's changeable. It's adaptable. Cancer is the great adapter. And because of this, your personality and your ego are going to be very sensitive to your environment and who you are around. So be sure to pay attention to these things. You don't really have a personality that will be what it is all of the time. People close to you will know that you're kind of like a mixed bag, and they don't always know what they're going to get. So it's good to surround yourself with people that have seen all of your colors and love all of your colors. That is super important here. And Cancers are also very good managers and organizers. They're able to put things in the right place. They're able to set the flow, set the course, kind of set up the dominoes so that they can fall when they're not around and get really good results. In terms of your personality, again, you really like to be in control of your personality, who you're interacting with, how you're feeling, your self-identity, things like this. But not all of this will always be in your control. You're very affected. As much as Cancer is this take charge, managerial leadership thing, it is also so changeable and so watery and so emotional, and you're gonna have to learn to let go. That is my biggest advice for Cancer Sun, is you're gonna have to learn to let go of things. You're gonna have to learn to breathe and situate and settle and listen to your intuition. You, at the core and your soul, are very intuitive, very psychic, very empathetic, very sympathetic. You can even be telepathic. You can be clairaudient, clairvoyant. You can see into the beyond, have these very visionary dreams, and it's a part of your personality that you might not have tapped into. But those who know you well will probably see you as someone that is a very old soul, someone who is very wise, who has had to transform their soul many, many times and come closer to who they truly are. Cancer Suns can be very guarded. They can be very protective, very defensive, and it is very instinctual. People call Cancer the mother, the father, the parent, and it is true that there is this familial aspect, but it is so closely linked to survival. And Cancer Suns will only act mean and nasty and cold and all of these things if they feel that their own life or identity in this case, or that of someone they love or consider to be family, is being threatened. Then they will completely take charge of a situation and be incredibly fierce and very powerful. But on the other side of that, they can be very nurturing, very giving, very caring, very loving, so gentle and generous and kind, and they just want to provide for the people that they care about and give them a safe home and a warm meal and a nice bed to sleep in. Cancer is very complicated and very dynamic, and it's a sun sign that I am still learning about very much to this day. These sun sign videos are not even going to breach any percentage of the depth that is really inherent, but I can really only upload about 10 minutes at a time. So I hope that you've learned something different about Cancer, or maybe seen them in a very different light. It's an incredibly magical placement, though it does have its struggles. It is more than you would probably know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.